and reach for the stars, Capricorns. I'm Bernadette, and I'm here with your Capricorn tarot reading for February 2021. I particularly love this reading for you Capricorns because my sister's a Capricorn, and I can't decide if I need to go ahead and get her some sedatives or just start calling the paramedics now, because she's the most Capricorn I've ever known in my life. She's so dang grounded that I never saw any such a thing, never in my life. But for the rest of you that aren't quite as mired in what you think and believe as my sister is, you've got the Owl, which in my deck, the Arc Tarot and Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck, is the Moon card. And so when I laugh about it, it's because you guys just, you know what? The magical, the mystical, you're watching this video, so you must believe in it in some form or fashion, right? But mostly Cappies, they only believe what they can see. And so when a card like this, when a tarot card like this comes through for, you know, an earth sign that's just so earthy, it's earthy, 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 I just know that the mystical, magical things that are going to be challenging you this month are just going to make you sea goats be like, meh, 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 and you're trying to swim away from everything that's going on. But I'm just poking you just a little because my sister is a Capricorn. But in all seriousness, the reason that this is a fantastic card for you all is the Owl is the keeper of ancient mysteries and secrets and the nocturnal power and the drawing of the moon power. And you guys, you Capricorns, you are so intelligent. And owls are very associated with that intellect and communication. And because you're so intelligent, you've just got this really fantastic way of communicating. A lot of Cappies, I find, are teachers because they're just so drawn to that space because they're so good at it. And while you can be super practical and super sensible, in fairness, a lot of Capricorns, because of their intellect, right? You can only get to so how do I put this? There's a saying in the South, for somebody so smart, they're so dumb. But I don't find that is really Capricorn at all. I have found Capricorns in my experience that they're so smart, they know that they can't know what they don't know. And so they have a much more open mind than you might imagine because they're always trying to soak in that knowledge, that intelligence. And, so Owl and Moon are really going to help you with that. Now, when you get to the part that's going to make you feel not grounded to the earth, right? Not grounded at all, just take a step back and remember you're dealing with bird energy, which again speaks to your intellect, because bird energy in medicine, to be in relationship with that means that you're interested in seeing the bigger picture of things. You're interested in ascending in your intelligence. You're interested in ascending in your skill sets. And to do that really in the best way, you've got to be able to look at things as a totality. Well, birds fly high, higher than man, and they're always able to look down and see the whole big picture. So again, if you're feeling like, ooh, and you're feeling out of your non-physical senses, or you're feeling out of your physical senses, that's the time for you to do everything that you can to tap into your non-physical senses and trust. Ooh, there's another word Capricorns don't like very much. Your zodiac sign is not all about the trust. And so this month, though, for this February, it's going to be important that you try as hard as you can. You're really being encouraged to embrace another kind of wisdom right now. And you may initially feel a sense of relief as the major planets, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, which had been in your sign until very recently, head into Aquarius. Now, the exception of that, that's going to be the powerful and super intense Pluto, who's still going to linger in the final degrees of your sign for some time. That can, not that it will, but it could, cause you to bring focus on facing loss, letting go, accepting inner fears so you can rise above them. All things that Capricorns are not really so comfortable with because they just like to know that they know. And they're going to move ahead. Nothing gets them down. We don't have time to be depressed. We don't have time to have fears. We've got to get the job done. Trudge, 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 trudge. We've got to get the job done. Okay. Yet your planetary ruler Saturn is making his way through the rebellious and completely unpredictable Aquarius. And Aquarius is everything you try to avoid. Radical, brash, intense, disruptive. Aquarius and Aquarian energy, that can feel like a completely direct, full frontal attack to your grounded level zodiacal energy, right? Okay. No wonder it's Owl whose perceptions and insights are most needed for you now, because when you commune with Owl to keep a balance between what you can expect based on tradition and that which brings you security, totally Capricorn, you can also be okay with the dramatic challenges that are surfacing for you now. Now listen, that which is dramatic does not have to be traumatic. And by working in harmony, by working in relationship with Owl energy and Moon energy, you're going to be able to get through this time in the way that you like best, which is, for the most part, keeping your stability up under you. Okay. Now, for the greater part of this month, Saturn and Uranus is going to be square, in a square aspect to each other, and Saturn in Aquarius and Uranus is in Taurus. So if you kind of think of this like an arm wrestling opponent, and it's kind of like the match between these two planets, but instead of one quickly slamming the other one down, both struggle back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, exerting effort, yet not really dominating each other, but the tension is going to be ongoing. Most of this month is going to radiate that tense energy, and since these are social planets, that impact is going to be felt by everybody. You will not be alone. You will not be alone, my little Capricornus. We'll all be in it with you. We're all in this together. Now, it's going to be particularly intense for those with a significant Saturn Capricorn or Uranus Aquarius or Venus Taurus energy in their natal chart, and that includes you. So everything you thought you could count on based on tradition, based on stability, is going to be challenged by these looming changes, and that's going to bring friction to, again, your sense of security, but it'll be especially pronounced in the areas of career and finance. Now, by the 23rd, Moon is going to be in Cancer, in direct opposition to Pluto, in your sign of Capricorn. So that can unsettle you a bit, because it's going to bring greater intensity of emotion. You're really not one to, you're not a water sign, right? The emotion is felt in you very differently and shown in you sometimes almost not at all to other people, but you keep everything on the inside. You play things very close to your vest. However, it's important at this time not to hide from these emotions. Now is the time to let it go. If you'll do that, it can open the door for a catharsis, especially in the areas of grief and loss. And, it's just the time to let go. It's not the time to be that stoic, Capricorn, whether you think you're saving face or, you just don't want to be perceived as weak or vulnerable. You got to let that go, and you got to cry the ugly cry. That's all I can tell you. Someone will wipe your tears and it will be okay. All right. By the 24th, Moon moves to oppose Saturn, and this time the Moon will be in Leo. You may face struggles between what you want as an individual and what's good for the larger group, your family, the community, but let Owl help you see the bigger picture so you don't get lost in the detail of power struggles at this time. Because listen, the Moon card, it's correlating tarot, or it's correlating zodiac sign is Aquarius anyway. So you've got all this Aquarian energy going on in the planets, and now you've got a tarot card that's come out for you, Capricorn, and it's correlating zodiac sign as Aquarius. So that's like a double whammy kind of thing. But at the end of the day, whether the star card is upright or it's inverted, it's about healing, it's about hope, it's about renewal. It is a card you can trust in. That's what I'm saying, because it really is a harbinger, okay, in a metaphysical aspect. Now, I'm not telling you go bet the farm on some crazy stock or buy some 5,000 acres that you can't afford or whatever. I'm not telling you that. What I am suggesting to you is that it is very possible that your biggest dreams could, if you will, Allow your vulnerability to surface, allow your hope, allow your belief in the mystical and the magical to not take over and make you do crazy things, but take over enough or allow it to be integrated enough, be in relationship with it enough that you don't poo-poo it for only things that you can see, feel, touch, and hear in front of you with these two eyes. Just saying, it could go very, very, very well for you in February. Now, when you take a look at the what the Kabbalists call this card, it's called the natural intelligence. And that knowledge is gained in this process, symbolized in the card by the ibis, a bird that's sacred to, some people call it Thoth, some people call it Thoth, the Egyptian god of knowledge. Natural intelligence isn't just about our experiences. It isn't just about what we know that we know that we know, we've seen, felt, touched, tasted, or heard in this moment, in this physical life. It also embodies past life lessons. And that's, again, where the mystical and magical is going to come in. Now, Capricorn, you will work long past the point the rest of us have fallen out and we're like, we're going to die. You're still trudge. You're going at it. Not like the Energizer Bunny, but like the slow and steady wins the race. But the Star card, that, that tarot card, the universe is bringing you a very well-deserved break. Please use it, and more importantly, enjoy it. Don't be sitting there thinking, I got to do this, I'm responsible for this, because you guys are the most responsible. My God, you think everything in the world is your responsibility. Newsflash, secret is out. It's not. Do what you feel responsible to do, but know that those feelings are a little out of balance. You're not responsible for everything and everybody. Now, that said, when you bring Al in to, this for you Capricorn, it's your tarot reading for the month of February. You start bringing that Al energy in and accepting that Al energy. You might find a big chunk of your time of February is spent in silence, because that's where you find a lot of your wisdom. And going back to what the Kabbalists call the Moon Tarot card, which is the natural intelligence, what will ultimately happen is it will start to feel so natural to you to start trusting your gut, to trust your intuition. And we might even use the P word, psychic, right? You might even be more open to that now than you've never been, because if you invoke Owl as a power animal during this time, owls, they can help you see through the darkness. They can help you see the truth, the very for real truth of what a situation or a person is. And it will also help you face the shadows, not just outside of yourself, but inside of yourself as well. Because that inability to be so flexible, that need to just make a decision and move on it and keep on it, but only believing what you see, what you taste, what you feel, not what you feel, but what you think, what you hear, what you can lay your hands on. That's very three-dimensional. And this month you're being called to start ascending to the more 5D reality that I believe we're all headed towards. And part of that is going to involve flying through and in your own Akashic records, taking a look at some of your past lives to see what components of that you can carry forward that will help you in that ascension, and what components of those past lives that it's time in this life to work with star card energy, or moon card energy, and heal those things so that you can go to that next level of ascension. So I hope that was helpful. Pick up your copy of the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you next month. And as always, keep reaching for those stars.